to Finding Calm in the Chaos. I am Denise, and this is my podcast. Hello, everybody. Welcome to another episode of Finding Calm in the Chaos. I am Denise, and Happy New Year, everyone. We are in 2024. That is just crazy. Think about it. We're in 2024, okay, already. And here is the funny part. We were just talking today about like the future and what the future is going to bring for Peter and all that. And it just made me instantly think of like all the memes that go around that if you're in the 50s, we watched the Jetsons thinking 100% that was the future. And this is where we're at today. Like, look around at our current status of the world and what the Jetsons said we could be. And I think we took a big ass F on that. Just saying. We failed. For futuristic cool shit. I hope everybody's doing really, really well. I hope you didn't like go overboard and make a ton of resolutions that nobody's going to keep, because that's how it goes. All right. I'm not being negative. Just that's the statistics, folks. And we've talked about this every year. I don't make resolutions. I make promises on how I'm going to live. Like if you can't promise yourself something, there's a lot you need to work on. So, I've been trying to live by lead with kindness, and I will continue to do that. However, this year, I am looking to find the joy in everyday things. Like as I want to look at the little baby Grogu on my Peloton, and I want to find joy in him because I bought him for a reason, right? I must have liked him. Let's be honest. And that's another thing I'm doing this year. Before I jump into all that, let me just say I'm kind of excited. So this is the 77th episode of Finding Calm in the Chaos. I'm sticking with it, guys. I don't care if there's literally one of you listening to me. There's more than that. So my stats say, so that's a good thing. But I am going to try to pick it up, but there's a ton of stuff that I'm working on this year. So I don't know how often I'm going to be able to do coffee talk, and even whether or not I've decided I'm even going to pick up sponsors right now. I think I'm literally going to wait until I've got like major downloads per episode, if that ever happens. And when it does, then I'll worry about sponsors. But right now it's really kind of a pain. I'm not going to lie, because I will only sponsor things that I like or I use. And I'm going to stick with that because I'm not a poser. So today is the 77th episode on January the 3rd. And last year, this time, I was recording episode 25. That's crazy, right? Yeah, I was looking at the calendar and I'm like, so cool. But so this is what I'm concentrating on this year. I know everybody picks a word, and I couldn't find a word that I really wanted. So I decided to just go with like a thing instead. And I'm going to find the joy in everyday things. That's what I'm going to do. I'm also hoping that this does a ton of stuff, right? So I'm hoping that this will help me find more blessings around me. If you listened to the last Christmas episode, first off, I'm sorry. Because it was a shit show. But I really think I needed my holiday to go off in a bang like that. I needed to like have repetitively be told and be given a sign from God that it is okay that I don't want to host my family anymore. Just saying. And so I'm not going to get into that because it's the new year and I'm going forward. And if you didn't listen to it yet and you want to know what's going on, go ahead and listen to the last episode of 2023, last Christmas, and make sure you have a drink and your big girl pants on because it was a rough day. And so we're going forward. I am at least. And I've tried to have an open communication with Mr. Sith and Peter to let them know that this is what I want to do. And I want us all to think about things that they want to improve on with respects to our relationship as a family. So I told them in all sincerely on Christmas Eve, like what I wanted, or basically on New Year's, pardon me, on New Year's, what I wanted to work on. And their response to me was crickets. Now, normally that would make me really upset. And I'm not saying that I'm not upset. I'm not dismissing that it was upsetting. But I've decided that I'm going to find the joy in everyday blessings. And so, you know what? I have them both. And all I could do is keep setting an example. And hopefully I'm not dragging them around for too much longer. You know what I'm saying? This year, I want to really work on this mindset that I've kind of fallen into. You know, it's kind of weird. I went into this mindset that, you know, was very healing, PTSD and, you know, past childhood traumas and all this stuff. And that all like really, really helped me and open up a whole world for me. But then what happened was is I started really digging deeper into my faith. And that then in turn helped eliminate a lot of anxiety I was having until Christmas Eve. And then that was last Christmas, so I don't have to worry about that anymore. Just thought it'd be funny there. Because life happens still. It's not going to be like all of bed of roses. There's going to be thorns, and it is what it is. It's just how I handle it, and that's what I'm working on. And so this year, I have found that over the last month or so, I have made it a huge issue going forward, because we've talked about this in the past too. I have trouble forming connections with people. I stick with people I've known for a really long time, or people that I connect to. There are people that I've connected to online that I've never even met, but we chit chat online. And I don't discount those. Don't discount those online relationships that really, because think about it. People are like, you don't even know that person. Like, how can they be your friend? Well, let me tell you, you know, back in the old days, you know, like old, like even before my old, people dated by courting with letters, and they wrote to each other. Okay. They never knew each other. They probably were set up to be married or, you know, prospective something, you know, beaux. And you wrote letters back and forth. And I kind of feel like Mr. Sith and I did that. We met online on Facebook, but we wrote to each other. We were emailing back and forth. So I feel like I got to know a lot about him and his character, and just how, you know, it's different when you're writing back and forth. And I feel that that's kind of like something that's important when you're having this relationship with people. So don't discount online friends, because you've actually shared probably more with them than you have with people that you actually are face to face with, because we feel a little braver. And I feel that a lot of people online are a little more gentle with you because they're going through similar things, and that you guys, I'm into you guys this year again. There's always something. And I really think that there's a reason that you were drawn together in the first place, right? So, I mean, just rattling off people, you know, Christy in North Carolina for me, Jocelyn in Indiana, Zena in Texas, Leslie in Louisiana, Rita in Iowa, Esther in California. I have these people all over the place. If I didn't name you, it's not that I don't like you. But I'm like, I named all these people, and now everyone's going to be like, but you didn't name me. And we talk all the time. There's tons of people more, but they probably are people that I've had interactions with like in the last, 3 days. So they came to mind. But, some of these people I've met, And some of these people I haven't yet. So I met Christy online and we're really good friends now. She's like my little bestie. And then Jocelyn, we've met in Indiana. I've met Rita. She's actually come to even help me when I had my surgery on my foot. I believe she's coming back out here this month too to visit because her sister lives locally to me. And I've met Zena. I haven't quite met Leslie or Esther yet, but it's coming. I just know it. So I'm not worried about it because I just love the interactions that we have, just like little everyday interactions that, but they're there. And for me, I want to start connecting at a deeper level. Again, I have trouble connecting with people because I'm always guarded and I don't want to be that guarded to where I'm alone. You know what I mean? I find that women really, our release is kind of left to ourselves. If we're not having conversations with other women, we're really isolating ourselves. And it makes a huge difference to my stress level and my anxiety level and just not having all of these feelings pent up. They might be things that aren't resolved, but I've talked about them with a girl, with a girl pal. And it makes me feel a little bit better. It's like I've vented, so I've let it go and it's just not sitting hot on the flame. You know what I'm saying? And I think everybody needs to do this. It worked for me. If you're currently doing this, you are doing it right, my friends, because I was not. So, hey, better late than never, right? Oh, so I have been making connections and that's what I'm doing this year. I'm focusing on connections with women. I have my regular coffee date peeps. I've been having a regular lunch, breakfast, dinner, whatever we can do, date with a local friend. We've got another local friend coming in on that. So now there's going to be a 3B. So I'm doing this weekly. I don't care that it's too much. And here's the thing. Normally I would feel bad because I got Peter during the day, right? So what are we supposed to do? He's with me, so I got to bring him with, right? But sometimes I want to talk about things that are just not right in front of him. They're not appropriate. So I don't have that option. And sometimes when that does have to happen, we just bring the tablet and headphones and, put on some YouTube time for him. And he ain't listening to nothing but YouTube. So that, it could be done. But to just be by yourself is huge. And, here's the thing. The parentals are still here. It doesn't look in the current market like they're going anywhere anytime soon. So I'm taking advantage of it. And they're here. They don't mind being with them. I don't mind leaving them here with them. So if it allows me to get this personal time, that's what I'm doing. Taking full advantage of it. I'm taking it and I'm running with it. And I'm not looking back. It's like, forget, you know what I'm saying? I was just going to yell the F word. I am trying to watch my swearing this year as well. But in all honesty, I feel like in high stress situations, it actually helps me from not really going ballistic on people. It's easier to just be like, fuck off. And then I could walk away and be like, yeah, oh, that felt good. Bye. It's one of those days. I have been super tired. I'm having issues sleeping, not for, I believe, any like medical issues. I don't think it's my insomnia, and I don't mean to be incredibly rude and point a finger, but I'm 101% sure it's Mr. Sith. I don't know how anybody sleeps next to their husband. Be really honest. Like, first off, he snores horribly, but he has like the worst apnea. And I just diagnosed him. He doesn't know that he has apnea, but he does. Because I sometimes will sit there and have to count in the middle of my ebook because I hear him and then he just stops. And I'm like, I need to know whether or not to like give him a good push so he'll start breathing again. It's really annoying. But he always makes like, I don't know if your husbands do this, but when you change positions, right? I try to be as like cautious and aware that I'm moving in the bed, and we have like a weird mattress, so it doesn't really move too much, if that makes sense. It's like super like Tempur-Pedic or something. I don't know. But it's like really like you drop into it, okay? It's like foamy. But when he moves, he startles himself awake. And it scares the living bejeebies out of me. And it usually will only happen when I've just fallen asleep. Therefore, because I am such a light sleeper, it could sometimes take me a lot of time to go back to sleep. So like average night, I'm super tired. I feel like it's tired. I can't go to bed early, folks, or if I do, I get up and then I'm up even earlier in the morning and even more tired the next day. So I will go to bed around the same time, which is probably about 11 to 12, just works for me. And it allows me to be in bed getting stuff done, like alone. I'll do like an ebook or have an audible read to me and then just like color or something on my phone. Just my downtime, okay? And I'm taking it. And that's something that all women have to do, is that we're never alone and we never have downtime without it being interrupted. So we actually, this is a statistic again, women will stay up later intentionally for the alone time. Sad but true, ladies. And then I'll finally get tired, probably around 1:30. And so I'll close everything up, get myself ready. I'm situated. I'm ready. I drift off, and then something spastic will happen on Mr. Sith's side of the bed. And then I'm up. Also, if you talk to me in the morning and I am not standing up in front of you, like brushing my teeth, I have no recollection that you spoke to me. And if I'm speaking back to you, I have no idea what the hell I'm saying. So stop talking to me. Just saying. Lots of times he's like, well, this morning I said, no, you didn't. This morning I was fucking sleeping. You know? Duh. I said it anyway. I almost went a whole episode, but whatever. Like I said, this is my casual episodes now. I get to do whatever I want, and I like it that way. So connections. I want to really focus on connections and find the blessings in the everyday things around me. Also, I'm cleansing this year. Like, I'm purging my house. I have a lot of shit. I mean, I only have a lot of shit. Like, I'm not a hoarder and I have OCD. So like, you know, but I'm going to start organizing shit. Like, my husband is not, he's a hoarder, I would think. I don't know. But he has this uncanny ability to ask where something is so he can have it and use it. And then I tell him. And then he decided for whatever reason, laziness, just didn't do it, whatever, to not put it back where he found it. And then we never find it again. Sometimes we do. And then it's like 6 months later. Oh, there's where it is. Like, I'm pretty sure once I do this purge, I'm going to have a box filled with utility knives. He tends to lose those a lot because they get dropped places or he just puts them down. Because my husband will do a project in the basement with like saws and shit. And then the saws will just be open on the fucking floor. I'm not even joking. He's literally an ocean nightmare. So I am going to start purging the closets, the garage, the linen closets, and then the basement. So ultimately the basement's going to be last. I'm doing pantries. I'm doing the kitchen cabinets. I'm literally just going to toss shit out. I'm just done with having a bunch of shit. And I just can't have it anymore. It's just too much of a mess. There's stuff everywhere. When I get new stuff, I have nowhere to put it. And that's just not right. Nobody should have, I have cabinets that have stuff in there that I haven't even opened since I've been here. So why do I have that cabinet? What is actually in that damn cabinet? I want it gone, period. So I am also going to take this opportunity that while we are cleaning out the closets and stuff, that we can redo the closets. So like my closet has the old, there was carpeting in it. It's the only thing that's carpeted in my whole house. Gross. And so I want to like pull that out, put actual shelving or like a closet organizer. It turns out after the pantry, I found out that Mr. Sith is actually like skilled and can do that kind of shit. So I don't need like a California closet for like, copious amounts of money. I can actually have him make it and just stain the shelves myself. And then I could paint and just do my own thing, like what I need, and have him make it. So, yeah, we're going to do that. We are buying one for Peter's closet though, because his closet's kind of weird and we have to like replace the light inside the actual closet because it's fluorescent. Don't ask. I have no idea how this house was built in 1999, but yet there's a fluorescent light bulb in the freaking bedroom. The closet, I should say. And then Peter's room is getting an overhaul. It was supposed to happen for his birthday. Then it was supposed to happen for Christmas, but the parentals are here. And in order to redo his whole room, because he's getting like a big boy bed and a paint and all that kind of stuff, we were going to move him into the spare bedroom where the parentals are now. So now he has no place to go. So I have to kind of like do it while he's in it. And it's not going to be a surprise like I thought it was, but it is what it is. He'll be fine. Like, what does he care? It's a new, big boy bedroom. It's fine. Speaking of big boy, Peter is getting an expander. I kept saying extender, but apparently it's an expander. Same difference. He is getting an expander. We're seeing an orthodontist, and apparently his upper jaw is small, and he has such perfectly straight big teeth ready to come down, and it's going to be all fighting for space, and his teeth are going to be jacked up. So in an event to possibly avoid braces, I was like, hey, something preventative, I'm all in. They didn't have that stuff when I was a kid, and I had braces twice. Long story, I'll share with you later. So I thought that would be great. So connections is what I'm making, finding blessings and just the everyday stuff, and purging. But the connections are the biggest thing for me because I really think it has helped. I look forward to them, which is great. But then I also have to watch me, because sometimes I can look forward to something that when life happens and people have to cancel, I get super disappointed. Like, it super saddens me because I was so looking forward to going out. But I think the more I do that and the more repetitive I am at it, it's going to be less of a downfall if life happens to somebody. It's not like the end of the world, Denise, get over it. But that's what I'm doing. In fact, next week I've got probably coffee with my coffee friend again. I'm going to do tea with another friend. I'm going to pick her up, surprise, if she's listening. And then I'm going to have lunch with a couple girls. I think on Thursday. I'm not even sure. Not this Thursday, next Thursday. But, there's that. It's just fun. I like having it all done and getting it done and just trying to look at things every day. We're trying to plan a couple trips this year. I don't know if we can fit 2 in, but if I can, I'll get an opportunity to meet another person that has been my online friend. And I don't want to say where we're going yet because I don't know if it's happening. But I do know that 100% we are trying to make it happen. Like I said, you never know. Rates don't come out till June for overseas. So we can't even get hotel rates yet. But we are all planning, like I had said at the end of the last one, we are going to do our own Christmases from now on. And it looks like our Thanksgivings as well. And we are going to go to London for Christmas. We're going to be there for Christmas Eve, Christmas, Boxing Day, and New Year's, and then we'll come home after that. So yeah, it's going to be a nice long trip, and I'm hoping to possibly meet some of my UK friends. We have some amazing friends in Scotland. I have not told them yet that we're coming, and I don't know if they listen to this podcast, but I do know that we have people in Scotland who listens to us, so maybe it's her. I don't know. But Paula Ann, we are coming to London this Christmas, and we would love to see you. If you guys get down to London, or I don't know, we're coming early, so maybe we can make something work out. I don't even know. Don't even know. And that's what we're doing. That's all I got for today. I want you guys to just, go into this new year with throw the resolutions in the garbage. They really are garbage, guys. They're useless. And I know the more I think about it, the more I'm not really liking vision boards, because they're so connected. I'm such an asshole. They're so connected to MLM in a negative way. I still have a vision board, but I have not redone it for this year because I've just been too busy. And I already know what I want to work on. So I think I may go this year without doing it. I'm going like all out, people. Okay. How scandalous. I'm going into the new year without a vision board. But that's about it. A few people have been asking about Buster, and he actually is just moseying into the kitchen now from the foyer. He is good. He is a year. He is full. Well, he's a little over a year, and he is a full-fledged adolescent. He's a complete asshole. I'm not gonna lie. This is pretty common for newbies to be like complete assholes during this stage. I was getting really worried about his training and his stubbornness, but I have been assured by a ton of Newfie owners that are in my North Central Newfoundland Club and my Newfie network online that is very common, and that to just stick with it because I'm going to get my golden angel possibly at 2.5. So I'm hanging in there. But his training is just, the first problem with it, peeps, is that nobody really follows through with it like I do. So the consistency is the problem. And because he's an adolescent, he sees that, smells it, and like pees all over it. He's like, I got you, fuckers. He will not recall is a problem. And you really can't have a problem with recall when you've got a 130-pound dog currently. Okay. So I'm worried about that. And so we have moved to an e-collar. So we have tried everything. So don't send me shit because I've done full research on this. And I've talked to tons of trainers, his old trainers, new trainers, people online. And, it's not like the old fashioned thing where you just shock the fuck out of dogs. It's just not okay. It's to associate the collar with good things. And we've been using it with going for, walks. We've been using it for playtime. And so he knows the collar gives him good things. And so now we will slowly start moving into warnings that if we say something and we have to say it twice, there is a warning. And then eventually from there, we're hoping we don't have to, but apparently everyone who has had to use the electronic stimulation portion of it finds that they only have to do it for less than 2 weeks, and then they have zero problems after that. So that's what we're hoping for. And everyone here in the house will be putting the collar on in some capacity, your arm, your leg, whatever you want, your neck, whatever, I don't care. And everyone will get shocked so they understand what the stimulation feels when it's on him. But right now the collar is going to be primarily for positive reinforcement and warning. So nothing like sounds and stuff. No electronic stimulation. So it is a new world with the e-collars. So like I said, I was really dreading having to do that, and I can't do that. And then like trainer after trainer online and people I was talking to were like, sometimes you just have to do it out of responsibility. And that's what I'm doing. I want to be a responsible owner of a large dog. And I don't want him to become super reactive. And he's becoming reactive because he's overly friendly and just constantly stimulated because he's a puppy. It's an adolescent puppy. He's excited about shit. And when he's not, he could care less. So he just walks away. Typical teenager. And that's what's going on. So until next week, episode 77, Happy New Year. Stick with a word of the year or something that you want to live by. Throw out the resolutions and always lead with kindness. See ya.